I'm sure you've heard about Dubai Creek Harbor, supposedly the next downtown of Dubai with another iconic structure coming up there. Well, Emaar has recently launched a branded residences right there, Montiva. This is Salif and today we are going to learn everything about Montiva by Vida in Dubai Creek Harbor. Now before we move on to the project, let's first understand about the master plan of Dubai Creek Harbor. Now if you check Dubai Creek Harbor, it's mainly divided into two parts, the island and the mainland. But if you go further down, it can be divided into multiple more districts. First, the island district. Now, majority of the times when we speak about the Dubai Creek Harbor, this is what people refer to because this is a district that's almost ready and already has a lot of amenities. So you can see the viewing point, the central park, the promenade, the marina, etc. So many things coming up here. And even though there's a lot of hype around it because of it being waterfront, actually this is the densest district of Dubai Creek Harbor. Now, if we move on next, we have the Creek Beach district. Now this district, the main selling point of it is of course the beaches right here, which are artificial beaches, and we have low-rise buildings right here. And the beach is alcohol licensed as well. So next we have this district right here. Although Emaar officially didn't name them anything, the main selling point I would say of this is the Blue Line Metro. Now Dubai Creek Harbor is supposedly having multiple metro stations and everything, but Blue Line Metro is the only confirmed metro station as of now. And this is the main selling point of this district, and you'll have a direct access from here. The last district that has been recently launched, we have the Green Gate. Now, there are a few main selling points of the Green Gate district. First, being that we're going to have the first school out of 5 that are totally coming up in Dubai Creek Harbor. Apart from that, we'll even have a mosque here. Second thing, you see this Blue Line metro station right here? We'll have a direct passage to this district. And the last thing, it's a 48,000 square meter of park that surrounds this whole district. So we'll be having 15 plus amenities, whether it comes to skating parks or you have outdoor gyms all the way up to water play areas and so much more. Another thing to focus here is that even though there is going to be a huge district with so many parks and all, we'll only be having 5 buildings totally. We had the Alton, Albero here, Silva here, and now Montiva, which is coming right here. And there's only 1 building left here. So it will be the least dense district in all of Dubai Creek Harbor. Now let me just explain you a bit about the park itself and then I'll move on to the main launch. Now this is a whole park and we can see the school coming up here, a metro line here, and we have sports courts, skating parks, we have central lawn area, barbecues, and so much more coming up. So honestly, this is packed with amenities. Now let's dive in a bit deeper into Montiva. If we check, this is where Montiva is, and I really like the location mainly because of few reasons. First, units on the back get the Badia golf course views. You sort of get the Creek Tower view. And second thing, you have a direct pedestrian access to the Creek Tower. So the location, honestly, I cannot complain about it because you have the school, you have the park, and you have very good views, and it doesn't have a covered view on the back like Silva does, okay? Because in the future, there might be a building coming up and we don't know how many floors it's going to be. And plus there's a direct pedestrian access. So honestly, everything about the location is good. And another thing to focus that I will tell you about later on also is that we'll have 1 beds here. So 1 beds will be getting the Creek Tower view as well, which is very good in my opinion. And before I explain the unit positions, let me tell you the prices. So we have 1, 2 and 3 bedroom apartments in Montiva. 1 bed start at 1.9 million. 2 beds at 2.8 million and 3 beds at almost 4 million. Now if we check the unit positions, we have 1 beds in the front and 2 and 3 beds in the corners. Just for you, this is where the tower is coming right here. These are where all the amenities will be there, and here will be the Badia golf course. So the views for 2 and 3 beds, you can choose from the Badia view or the Creek Tower view. But 1 beds, honestly, 1 bed with a Creek Tower view is a good option. Now before I move on to the handover and the payment plan and everything else, let me just first tell you something. I want to discuss, would I ever purchase this property? Or if I had a budget of almost 2.2 million, would I actually invest in Dubai Creek Harbor working in this field myself and doing a lot of research? The first main thing, if we check, the only comparison at a price point of almost 2.2 million that we have is Rashid Yachts and Marina. Their recent launch is their Serra. They have a whole district of amenities, everything coming up, and I've also made a video on it. If we check Serra, for 2.2 million, I might get something on the lower floors in Serra, and in Montiva by Vida, I might get something around the 5th or 6th floor, a 1 bedroom. If we compare those two, the main thing, Rashid Yachts and Marina has its place and Dubai Creek Harbor has its place. If you are looking at something like a short-term capital appreciation, you can say, well, of course, I'm not going to tell you 1 year you'll be able to flip. No, I'm speaking about like 6 months to maximum 1 year before the handover. If you want to see a lot of appreciation, so that's like 3 to 4 years. If you're looking at a good appreciation, I would suggest Rashid Yachts and Marina if your time limit is 3 years almost. But if you're looking to invest for longer than that, I would suggest Creek Harbor. Main reason being, one main thing to understand is that Rashid Yachts and Marina is waterfront. Yes, there's a lot of, very few plots waterfront. Everyone says that, yes, correct. But how many artificial islands have we built? And as long as we build another one, or if there is anything, the concept can be copied. We could come up with something very similar to Rashid Yachts and Marina, maybe near Palm Jebel Ali or so many other places. Okay, it is copyable. So if there's a new waterfront, it's copyable. Whereas if we come to Dubai Creek Harbor, the Creek Tower isn't just copyable, because for Emaar, in order to build the whole Creek Harbor, it is selling on one base main point. That's the Creek Tower. And for Emaar to build another one, it's going to invest like almost 1 billion dirhams. So that is just not copyable, and it's a huge investment. Second thing, connection. If we check first the entry and exit of Dubai Creek Harbor, we have almost like 5, whereas downtown has only 2. So if we check the proximity to all the major locations that we have in Dubai, we're going to have new routes, we are going to have new roads and new projects by RTA that is going to increase the connectivity in and out of Dubai Creek Harbor. So that is another selling point. Next thing, because we'll be having a mall, another mall like the Dubai Mall. Apart from that, we'll be having so many amenities, and we'll be having 5 schools, multiple hospitals. So that is also a very good point. Next thing, Dubai Creek Harbor, in my opinion, is sort of like a mixture of marina and downtown, which is honestly ideal community for every one of us, because we have the marinas, the promenades, as well as the Burj Khalifa's sister sort of, and all of that. So the price per square feet that we can see here right now, it's 2,500 dirhams. But in the future, we could reach potentially more than Burj Khalifa, or worst case scenario, even like downtown. The same 3,500, 4,000 that we are seeing in downtown. So that is a growth factor that we are seeing here. Even though a lot of people might say the supply coming up and all, yes, that's true. But once it's sold, once everything is done, and once the Creek Tower is announced and built, that is when you're going to see the main hike in the prices. So yeah, that's all about would I buy in Creek Harbor, and I've told you all my views about it. Now let's come to the payment plan. We have the Emaar standard 80-20 payment plan, where you pay almost 10% every 6 months or 20% a year. So Emaar has kept it very simple, although it's a crucial payment plan, but the payment structure is very equal, sort of 20% every year that you're paying. And we have the handover in September 2029. Although it's a bit late, but I think a lot of infrastructure will be completed by 2029, thereby hiking the prices of this community and the building overall. And plus we have the Vida branded also, and Vidas appreciate more than a normal building if you'd compare. And that is just the truth if you check across majority of the communities. So yeah, I think that's all for this video. Now, if you want more comparisons into the floor plans, the views analysis, or whether this is a good investment, you want to, basically dive in further, whether I should invest in Rashid Yachts and Marina or Dubai Creek Harbor or any other project, you want a comparison, a deep dive analysis with numbers, then you can reach out to me on my number anytime. Honestly, I love numbers, and I think I can do an amazing job in that case. So that's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one.